Welcome to Initialization Step-by-Step Instruction. Our learning objectives are fourfold. We'll start off with a definition of what initialization is. We'll discuss why we initialize, who can initialize, and lastly, how we initialize. We'll begin with the definition and why. Initialization is a process whereby you can enter previously existing assets into a specific room at a specific site so that you can begin to track them. Each of those assets must have a unique one-time occurring identifier applied to them. That identifier comes in the form of a tag, or if your district already is utilizing asset tags, you can apply those to each asset and track them by that specific tag. Why do we initialize? Again, best practice for initialization is a way for you to track previously existing assets in the application. You would not use initialization for new purchases. Who can initialize? Our training today is based on the site view of the application. Based on that understanding, both site administrators and site users can initialize. Lastly, how do we initialize? I'll be taking you through a step-by-step process of initialization. But before I begin that process, I want to show you some tools you'll want to use to get the task done. So let's discuss the tools you're going to need to accomplish the task of initialization. First off, you're going to need Wi-Fi, and you'll need a laptop or other device that you can access the TIPWeb-IT application on. You'll also need a scanner. Scanners are very important as far as using the application properly. I have a couple scanners listing on my screen. The first one is a USB scanner. It is actually an LS2208. The second scanner is a Bluetooth scanner. It's a socket CHS7CI. Both of these scanners are programmed to read symbology 128A. So whatever scanner you use is going to need to be able to read that symbology. If your district has not purchased scanners, you can feel free to reach out to Hayes and they can assist you with that. The last thing that you're going to need are the tags or asset tags if you already have them. So now that we've discussed the tools you're going to need to do the task, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we'll get started with the step-by-step instruction. Once you've logged in to your TIPWeb-IT application, locate the Rooms icon in your top navigation bar and click. Clicking on Rooms takes us into the Rooms page. Locate the room you want to initialize into and move your cursor over to the far right. Locate the Initialize Room Inventory icon and click. Clicking on the icon takes us into the Initialize Room Inventory window. Note that some of the fields are highlighted in red. Any field in red is required. We'll start with product number. Click on the binoculars to enter the search area. Locate the product you want to initialize to in the list. You can narrow your search by entering part of the product name, selecting the manufacturer, or choosing a product type. Enter your search criteria. Locate the product you want to select and click. If the product is not listing in the catalog area, you'll need to contact your district administrator and ask them to add the product to the catalog. Again, once you've located the product in the list, go ahead and select it. Selecting the product locks the product number and the product name. You'll next need to choose a funding source. If the funding source you need is not listing, you'll need to contact your district administrator and ask them to add it. Select your funding source, and then you'll want to select the status. Choose In Use if the asset you're initializing into the room needs to stay in the room. An example might be a mounted projector. If, on the other hand, you may want to move that tag to another room or issue it to a staff or student, choose Available. Once you've selected your status, you're ready to scan the tag. If the serial is required, you'll also need to scan it. Note that the tag that I just scanned now populates beneath the blue grid header. If for any reason I made a mistake in any way and I would like to delete it, I can while I'm in this window by clicking on the Remove icon. Note that my cursor is back in the tag field, so if I have additional tags I want to assign to this product, I can go ahead and scan them now. If, however, I need to select a different product, I'll move my cursor up to the lock beside product number and I'll go ahead and click to unlock the field. Next, I'll click on the binoculars to enter back into the catalog search area and choose the product I want to initialize to by clicking Select. Clicking Select locks in the new product number along with the product name. I'll review the funding source and status, and then I'm ready to scan the next tag. When I've completed initializing to the room, I'll locate the Done header in the upper right-hand corner of my window, and I'll go ahead and click. Clicking Done takes me out of that window and back into the Rooms area. I'll go ahead and click on the room that I initialized to open it up. Opening up the room shows me the inventory that I just initialized into the room. If I click on the particular product listing, it will reveal the tag that I just initialized. This concludes our step-by-step instruction on initialization. We want to thank you for watching, and remember you have unlimited support. Please find additional materials and videos on the Support Center.